And then next up would be Scorpio and Scorpio. That sounds like an intense one to me, and you would know best.
Oh, you know a little story about my life.
I do.
I do.
And it's really cute, too. It's like better than Notebook, in my opinion, because it's real life.
Well, first I will say that I am a product of a Scorpio coupling, and I'm the oldest of 5 children. And
within 6 years. So
there you go.
Her parents, when those Scorpios got together, got busy in a short amount of time.
There's a healthy passion there. So let's see. This year they will have been married. My parents will have been married 60 years.
Wow.
60
and
years.
Happily married too.
Happily married 60 years. My father is still independent and lives at home. My mother has been in hospital, convalescent hospital, for about 6 years. And my dad still drives and makes special treats for my mother, and every day travels to, and it's over 10 miles for him.
Yeah.
In his 80s, that's a long trip. Over 10 miles one way to the hospital where he spends a big part of the day. Always brings her treats, and lately it's been ice cream that he makes for her.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Making her ice cream
and she will say when she is able to speak, she will call him my hero.
Aww.
And usually he's able to push her in her wheelchair around the facility where she lives and outside whenever possible. And they find secret little places where they stop and smooch every day.
Still smooching every day
Still
after
smooching
60
every day.
years of marriage.
That's right.
And homemade ice cream.
And homemade ice cream.
I mean, that's one of the best love stories
And
I
I
know
did not
of.
tell you that every day before he leaves, as she's settled into bed, he massages her feet with lotion.
Aww.
And that's right, and she is the envy of all the nurses and other
I can imagine.
patients. Yeah.
I think she's the envy of
Of me.
anyone wanting a long-term healthy relationship,
There you go.
to be honest with you, but good for her. Good for her.
So this is what happens with Scorpio and Scorpio. Scorpios don't do anything halfway. If they make a commitment, they are committed. It can be steamy. It can be very intense. There can be some power struggles with Scorpio and any sign coupling. But when Scorpios commit, they share deeply. They understand each other very innately, and there isn't any kind of external event that challenges most relationships that a Scorpio couple bonding cannot overcome.
Gotcha.
It doesn't mean it's easy, but that is a bond that's very hard, that's cemented and very hard to break.
Very nice. And it
Yeah.
sounds like those two would be really good at communicating and understanding each other.
It seems to happen more at an very intuitive,
Okay.
emotional, and deep, and maybe not always verbal level. But there's a very good reading between the two.
Right.
Both can be very secretive, but when they trust, what they share is very deep.
Very nice. I like this, especially hearing your personal, your parents' love story play into it as well.
Contact us. Let us know what's working for you.
I know, right? Don't hesitate to leave experiences below in the comment section or make your own videos, because goodness knows it's interesting stuff to see how everyone kind of gets along. It's not just the sun sign that plays into a given person's personality and what they're going to be compatible with, but this was a really neat example with each sign in terms of, in general, given the sun sign, what signs are compatible with Scorpio and others maybe not so much. So
it's a beginning of understanding relationships, but your sun sign is your essence, and it is, in a way, it's the person that you were born to be, and when you navigate your life in the most optimal way, you've lived out the story of your sun sign well. And so knowing a little bit about needs and relationships, because relationships are so vital to a full life.
Right.
This is good information to just consider.
Yeah. Well, this is great information to consider, and thank you again for kicking it off with Scorpio and explaining a bit about the sun sign compatibilities that we've got going on.
Kendall, thank you very much for interviewing.